Hi everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. This is the 2023 Honda Odyssey. It's the Elite trim level. And in today's video, we're going to try to answer the question, is the 2023 Honda Odyssey still a viable minivan option? There is one change for 2023, which is the fact that the LX trim level has been dropped and the Sport trim level has been added. If you would like to see a video on the Sport trim level for the Odyssey, I do have videos on that. I will try to remember to link one down in the comments section. I will pin that comment. If I mess up and forget to do that, someone please remind me. That's always a good way to know that it gets done. And for those who have been wondering, and I know I have been too, is the Odyssey being discontinued? I have found out that it is not being discontinued. We don't know for sure if there are going to be any changes for 2024, so this may be what you get, but I'm kind of curious to see if maybe the new 3.5 liter V6 that we see in the Honda Pilot may find its way over to the Odyssey. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. I'm at Holmes Honda today. If you want to know more about this particular model, check out the link down in the description of the video. You can come in and buy this Odyssey or any other Honda model they have on the lot. The exterior color here is modern steel metallic. It does have a black interior. And if you like LED lighting, it's everywhere you look on the vehicle, basically. LED headlights, we're gonna have the LED daytime running lights, and down here on the lower portion of the front end, the LED fog lights, those turn signals turned on. A little bit of gloss black in a few places, accented by the chrome brow across the hood. And you will have Honda sensing. So that's going to be lane keeping assist, collision mitigation, road departure, adaptive cruise control. All of that is going to be there. And while you only have front wheel drive as an option here, people still seem to be buying these Odysseys rather quickly, at least off of the Holmes Honda lot here today. But tell Honda what you think down in the comments section. Do you want all-wheel drive? Maybe even rear-wheel drive. Probably not going to see that, but you never know. So let's talk about tire and wheel size. The width is going to be 235, so plenty of meat on the ground. The sidewall size will be 55, wrapped around the 19-inch wheels. And the body-colored mirror caps with that modern steel metallic, they are manually folding side view mirrors. Turn signal indicators are built in. They are power adjustable and they are heated. You do have your proximity key, the walk-away feature, all of that good stuff is here. And I think the main thing people like to know about right there is what you see. Remote start. Yes, it is here. I mean, we do have a little bit more chrome that works its way onto the doors right here, as you can see, and onto the rear of the vehicle. Everything will be accented back here in the rear by the LED tail lights. Plenty of space within the interior. Let's talk a little bit about one of the other big advantages here, the plentiful horsepower that comes from the engine under the hood. This is the 3.5 liter V6, obviously not the same version that we have in the 2023 Honda Pilot, but like I said, maybe we'll see that for 2024. For now, 280 horsepower, 262 pounds-feet of torque, mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. And let's talk about those all-important MPGs, 19 city, 28 highway, 22 combined, and Honda says you should use 4.5 gallons of gas per every 100 miles you drive. And by the way, something I thought was interesting, you can hold the button down for the power sliding side doors, but something I found out earlier, just experimenting a little bit, is that I wasn't able to open both at the exact same time, holding down both buttons. Maybe you can do that and I'm just doing something incorrectly. Tell me what you've experienced in the comments section if you've ever tried that. You do have the gas door right here that gives you access via capless fuel fill to your 19.5 gallon gas tank. And you notice I just walked up and opened that. So what I'm going to do here is lock the vehicle. Now you're going to find out that the gas door is also locked. We will have the body colored shark fin antenna and the rear roof spoiler up there to finish things off. If you want to tow with your Honda Odyssey, it can tow up to 5,000 pounds. You do have the power rear lift gate right here, or rear door, whichever you want to call that. And if you want to change the height of the door, I'm going to raise that up just a little bit. If you hold the button down and listen for the beeps, that means I just reset the height of the rear door. So you might have to raise that or lower it. depending on your situation and or needs or available space, overhead space. But just to show you how easy that is to do, very simple. You don't have to go looking for anything within the infotainment screen or anything in the interior to make that happen. We do have the stowing magic rear seats, and the instructions are here. So if this is a challenge for you, well, no worries. You've got good instructions right there. You can see how easily I did that. And to put that back in place, all you have to do is take it and lift it up like that, and you grab the strap right there. And show you a little something also that's here. Nice reclining rear seats. That definitely helps out as well for rear seat passengers. And one of the things that I like here is that the area where that goes is a nice multitasker right down here. So when the seats aren't being stowed in that area down there and they're in their upright position, the good thing is that you can use this for additional storage. This is obviously a standard feature on all of these Odysseys. A little bit of extra storage space on each side right here. And on the right-hand side, as you can see, you also have the 12-volt power outlet. And depending on how you configure things, you have a starting point of 32.8 cubic feet up to 89.2 cubic feet up to 144.9 cubic feet. Quite a bit of cargo capacity here. And one big advantage that you have with the Odyssey over, say, the Toyota Sienna is the fact that you can completely remove these middle row seats. Now, I will tell you, that middle seat, all three of these seats come out individually. The middle row seat probably weighs about, I don't know, 30 to 40 pounds, maybe. It's not that terribly heavy. These outboard seats, I think, weigh about 70 pounds each. So depending on your situation and how strong you are, you might need a little bit of help to get that done. But the good news is that the interior here is highly configurable. And one thing I did want to show is that you can help rear seat passengers out with additional leg room by simply moving these seats forward. They do come forward, they do slide forward on a track, and so that helps out. And we're gonna pull this latch and the seat slides forward very easily, making it easy to gain access to the rear seating area. By the way, if you want to see how to remove these seats, I have a tutorial on that as well. Maybe I'll remember to link that down in the comments section too. But here's the thing. This seat is all the way back, and you can see how much leg space I have. And then how much head space I have. I'm 5'10", so I have quite a bit of space. I'm sitting straight up. The good news is that there's still a lot of room for improvement where that is concerned. And then here in the rear area, you're going to have another 12-volt power outlet right here. Excuse me, let's see, there we go. The 12-volt power outlet, you can connect the headphones, a couple of cup holders, and those air conditioning vents that I probably should have turned on because it is rather hot. And over here on the left side is the same thing. And here in the middle row seating area, there is quite a bit of space here. We're gonna have a nice cup holder there, and then the door bin within the side door. In fact, let's go ahead and just slide this door shut, and that way I can show you what all is there. A little bit of space down there to store things. We're also going to have the button right here on both sides to open and close that door. There's a grab handle here, and obviously we're going to have the air conditioning vents below that. A little bit of space, not only here with the rear seat pocket, but also on the upper area right here. So a lot of space for different things to be stored for rear seat passengers, more cup holders, and connectivity down there, including an HDMI port, because you have the entertainment package here. So whoever's riding in the back, whether it's the kids or whether it's the adults, they can watch a movie. And whatever the case is with that, that's always a good thing to be able to enjoy on long road trips or just driving around town to kill some time. The control center for the rear air conditioning with our tri-zone climate control here is right there, as you can see. And let me slide over here just so I can show you in action what happens. We do have a power sliding window, and there are also privacy shades that can be put in place if so desired. The seats do have armrests built in, and as you can see, I folded this area up right here as far as the seat back goes, but I don't think I can do that one-handed, but you can put that back down by simply pulling on the release right here. And that's what it's going to look like. I'll tell you one thing, with the plentiful cup holders, I think there are 15 throughout the entire interior, if I remember correctly. It may be less, it may be a little more, I don't remember. But there's a lot of cup holders in this Odyssey. Nobody is going to go thirsty, and for obvious reasons, that's the obvious reason, you have a conventional size sunroof as opposed to a panoramic sunroof. We'll take a look in through the passenger side front door. You can see that you have the upper and the lower door bins, a little bit of gloss black trim here. You're going to have power seats for the driver and the passenger. Both are heated, but not ventilated. It would be nice to have that today on a nice hot Louisiana day. I don't know if it's nice and hot, but it sure is hot. That's a fact. And the gloss black trim will follow its way into the interior, or work its way into the interior. As you can see right here, we'll have the nice large glove box here. No gloves in there, but that's what's here. And then there's everything for our dual zone climate control. And like I said, you only have the heated seats. The push button shifter, tell me what you think about that. Do you like it? Do you not? Does it matter? Always curious to know what everybody's thoughts are, because everybody has varying opinions on that. And there are hangers right here for putting bags on, whatever anybody wants to hang off of there that will fit. And the pass-through right here offers a lot of convenience and flexibility. We're going to have another 12-volt power outlet right there. We're going to have the power outlet here, and then USB connectivity as well. And you can see something right here that we don't see too often anymore. Some people might not even know what that is in this day and age. And we'll have the armrests as well that can be folded down or moved up out of the way. And guess what? More cup holders. A little bit of space here in front of this area of the center console right here where you can store things, and you're going to find plenty of space within the center console. Here are the headsets that come with the, or headphones I should say, that come with the Odyssey Elite. There's the remote to handle everything for watching the videos and doing all that good stuff. So quite a bit going on here, a lot of good functionality. You can control the sunroof right here. It tilts and it slides open, and there is the conversation mirror, something that can be popular with the kids or maybe unpopular depending on what kind of eyes are looking at them through the conversation mirror, and it doubles as a sunglass holder. And for the most part, we're going to see the same things here on the driver's side door that we saw on the passenger side, with one big difference, well, maybe a couple, because you can control those heated power adjustable side view mirrors and all of the windows that slide up and down, that open power windows. But right here, you have seat memory. I would like to see that on both sides. That's always a good thing. You can also open the rear doors right here, or the side doors I should say, and the rear door. You can turn traction control off if you would like to attempt a front wheel drive burnout, and you can adjust the tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. That's always a good thing. Here's what your instrument cluster looks like. That flickering is the shutter speed of my GoPro, and depending on lighting and how close I am to the instrument cluster, well, that determines how much it blinks. So there's a lot of different little things to that, but when I change the shutter speed, it doesn't seem to cure the problem. So in case you're wondering, that's what you have there. You have your steering wheel mounted controls, you have the paddle shifters to manage the 10-speed automatic transmission, and everything over here for the seldom used in Northwest Louisiana blinker lever right here. But you do have the controls here for the headlights and for the fog lights. And we'll take a look here. And again, I apologize for all of that flickering going on there. That's only due to the shutter speed, not the gutter speed of the Show Pro. I was going to really mess that up. The shutter speed of the GoPro. It's okay to laugh. Good thing I said that. It'll kind of help you to stay awake now because you just laughed at what I said. Navigation is built in. As you can see, you do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Everything you need to manage what's going on here is here. A very simple system to learn and use. I always like to make that point. And you have cabin talk and you have cabin watch as well. Let's see if we can get that to come up. There it is. I'll see if I can wave to you. There we go. And hopefully you can see that okay. I think you can. But quite a few nice little features here. I know this isn't the latest and greatest as far as the overall look of technology from Honda for the infotainment screen, but it still has a lot of great technology here. And you do have the rear view camera. Nothing really major here, nothing really fancy, but you do have the multiple views that you can change to right there. So there's a lot of opportunities where that is concerned. And then you obviously have driving modes you can go through. You can go into snow mode. You can drive in normal. There's snow if you want to do that. You can also go into econ mode if you would desire to do that, or you can turn that off. And then we do have the D, as you can see in drive, and the S for sport. Speaking of the drive, why don't we get out and do that? Let's take a test drive. Okay, here we go on our test drive. Let's talk about one of the greatest features of the Odyssey. When it comes to the driving experience, you can do a lot. It's a great family hauler, a great over-the-road vehicle, great for going on the family vacations or whatever's going on where you need a lot of space. But here's one thing that I really like. I talked about how you can completely remove those middle row seats. You can obviously stow the rear seats and really have what amounts to pretty much a completely flat floor. And the advantage to that is that not only can you haul people, you can also haul cargo, you can haul tools. You could actually use the Odyssey as a work van or maybe as a delivery van, something like that, for maybe a flower shop or something like that. Obviously, you couldn't do a ton with it as far as large boxes and everything goes unless you're going to haul one at a time. But there's a lot of functionality here, a lot of great options that make this a very usable vehicle in a multitude of ways. And plenty of space, obviously, for the driver and the passengers. Easy to drive, easy to get around, even being well, decently large vehicle. It's not the size of an HRV, that's for sure. It still has a very solid turning radius. It's very easy to maneuver around. Whenever Honda does fully redesign this Odyssey, which surely they will, that's what you call a California stop right there. I don't know if you saw that or not, but that truck that just pulled out right there didn't really stop. I don't know, maybe their brakes went out. They should have their hazard lights on if that were the case. Yes, I'm being sarcastic about bad drivers, sorry. I have to say something when that kind of things happens. When there's a full redesign, I would imagine that we're going to see a lot of the same features and functionality that have come for the 2023 Honda Pilot. The new overhead view for the camera, different camera views that we don't currently have available for the Odyssey. It'll be very interesting to see what happens. But I like the fact that you have easy to learn and easy to use technology here. Overall, a very simplistic vehicle to drive. The technology is easy to learn. You have a lot of great safety features here. I definitely would have to say, in my personal opinion, even though I'm not the one buying the Odyssey, is that it's still a very viable option. So now it's your turn to leave a comment and tell me what you think. Is the 2023 Honda Odyssey still a viable minivan option? Tell me what your thoughts are and tell me why you answered the way that you did. I'm always curious to get your feedback. I have to say a special thanks to my friends here at Holmes Honda for loaning me this Odyssey for the day, and a special thanks to each and every one of you for being kind enough to take the time to watch and give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn about other vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.